Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome to another stream. And first I'd like to just say thanks for being here. You guys are the best. And then I'd like to say screw Windows for running a million processes every time you restart your computer, because it took me like 15 minutes before I could actually try to even open this file because it's so dense. It already started. Naive weeboo space communist. Hey guys, listen to this comment I just got. I only bring this up because I just got this comment on a video. Here's what it says. Alright? Here's what it says. And I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna paraphrase some of it because it's a little bit rude. Okay? Listen to this comment and you tell me what you think of this, because I think the person's a little bit nuts. Okay, here's the comment. He says, "Man, you're a bitch. In a live stream, you called a dude an idiot for asking what the game is. Then your derogative word, fanboys, bullied him." And then he says, "F you." And of course, he actually said the whole word for F, and then he said the derogative word was a different thing altogether. Like, that never happened. Not even remotely close. Not even a little bit. How? How do people come up with this stuff? Goodness gracious, none of that happened. Not even a little bit, ever. Oh my gosh. That never happened. I want a pair of fries. What the hell are you talking about? Alright, so what we're gonna do today, because the hair is pretty much set, but it's just freaking... Yeah, that's gonna look good. That's fine. That's good enough. Alright, it's just way too much to work with. My computer can't handle it for some reason. I don't get, like, that guy... I've never seen his name before, and that event never happened, right? Like, you guys... I have no idea. That nothing even remotely close happened. Right? Did that ever happen? Never. It never did. Oh my gosh. Also, he said I have fanboys. I don't think I have fanboys. I could be wrong, but I usually not. I don't think I have any fanboys. Look how gnarly that looks on the inside. Ew, it's gnarly. It is pretty gnarly. Alright, so here's my plan, and we'll see if this works. This might just crash the computer altogether, guys. We're gonna try it early, because that's what we're trying. Oh, paraphrase. I see. Screw you, John. You're an idiot. I've never called anyone an idiot, I don't think. I don't know, maybe. But not seriously, at least. I don't think I have, though, honestly. Shithead, dipshit, asshole, dumbass. Like, there's lots of names I've called people, but I don't think I've ever said you're an idiot. Especially if they said, "What game are you playing?" I didn't say, "You idiot." Like, that just doesn't even make sense. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me see if this will even work first. There's plenty of opportunity here for me to crash this whole thing, like, very quickly. Because my computer's a decent, like, it's a really solid computer, but I'm pushing the limits of it with this right here. My only fanboy is Nick. I don't think he would disagree with you. Do you like the Trunks premium color? I know you reviewed it, but I just got it and I wanted to see if your opinions on it had changed. My opinions on it have not changed since the review. I'm not an idiot. I am our smart. Well, you got the grammar, I mean the punctuation down, so there's that. Alright, we're gonna try this, guys. We're gonna see if this will work without just totally taking a giant dump on this. It might just go right through, honestly. I don't know. I don't know, but I've been told that I called someone an idiot when I never did. Like, they asked you what game you were playing and you called them an idiot. Get out of here. What is... Hold on a second. Do you think it was worth the 55? I mean, I guess. How come I have two that aren't... Are those not divided? Those two should be divided. Split hidden. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and divide these guys up real quick. That's really weird that somehow those... Oh, maybe I... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why those aren't divided, but it's okay. It did look like a balloon with a toupee, didn't it? Alright, that should do. That'll be okay. Alright, so now we can just merge them back down. Boop, 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 boop. Start there. Turn this on. Shift F. Wait a minute. What's that? How are we still getting things that aren't divided? That's super weird. What do you think is the best Trunks figure out there? I'd go OG Trunks, honestly. But, I mean, there are others. His hair came out awesome. Thanks, man. Could you... I can't read. Guys, I went to bed at 6 a.m. this morning. Oh my gosh. It's not like I slept in until noon either, so... Anthony would tell you the Xenoverse Trunks is the best, but don't believe him. No, I would say the Xenoverse Trunks is not worth buying. What is my favorite? That's a silly question, Joe. You know the damn right answer to that question, no matter who the person is. There's only one answer that can fit that question. Only one. If you don't know it, then you don't deserve to be asking about Terminator questions. Yeah. OG means original, so yes, that is what I mean. You got it. Uh-oh, I found another one that's not divided properly. It's not absolutely elemental that they're all divided equally, but it's irksome to me. So I might as well get them while I can. Hey guys, you remember last night when I sneezed real hard and I said it hurt? It might have been in the gaming stream, I don't remember. But does anybody remember that? Like, I didn't get to get a Kleenex or anything, I just sneezed on my arm and I said, oh my gosh, that one actually hurt. I might need to see a doctor. It turns out that most of what was there that I felt that was like the snots that I didn't do anything with, like not, they were on my face, they were in my nose, but I could feel like a runny nose. I had a terribly bad bloody nose and it just coagulated in my nose, I found out later. And then I looked at the Kleenex I used to wipe my face and it was covered in blood and I didn't notice because I was playing video games at the time. I almost died last night on stream is what I'm trying to say. You guys almost witnessed it. Yep, Terminator 2, Joe, you know it. The colors are, yeah, it was in the gaming stream. The colors are individual polygroups. They're not separate layers. It's kind of independent of that. Layers are actually a totally different thing on ZBrush than what, like, graphic design would be. It's, there's nothing really comparable to it in, other things. That I can think of anyway. Because you could have a million polygroups in one individual subtool. These are like layers comparable to layers in like Photoshop. These are all the different pieces. And then the polygroups make up separate pieces within those pieces, kind of. That's a good way of looking at it, I guess. If you want to use Photoshop as like a baseline. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, I didn't think anything of it, except my nose felt like... You know how if you sneeze and you don't end up blowing your nose or like wiping it away or anything, fast enough, you get a little bit of that coagulation, not coagulation, but like dried boogers in your nose. This is gross, I know, but everybody has gone through this at some point. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I thought that's what I had, but then when I went to blow my nose later, a bunch of blood came out, like dried up and still liquid blood. It was pretty bad. I didn't know. But I had all those issues last night without even knowing. I think what that really goes to show you is just that I'm such a badass that I can pour blood out of my face and not even know it. Or I'm a dumbass. I'm not sure which. No, it wasn't that kind of bloody nose. That wasn't cheesy, John. You totally missed the point. You missed the point, John. You're an idiot. Get out. Oh, wait. You're probably one of the fanboys the guy was talking about, so you can't be called an idiot. I need to clean this all up. Like, why are these all spiky? They weren't spiky last night. They're all spiky. That's gonna be unfun. That's okay. We'll take care of it. If this even works, let's see if this works. Alright, so there. Now if I do this, we should end up with the hair that's not 6 million points. Should be a little bit less at least. No, it should be a lot less. Let's try it. Cross your fingers. What was the point? John was teaching him how to be like a real person, and that was the final thing, showing that he wasn't like the other Terminators. He was becoming a real person. He had his own emotion and his own thought processes. That's all. Hi, person with Korean name which I can't read. How you doing? This might take a minute, guys. Cross your fingers it doesn't explode. I can't get over that guy. He totally made up a story. And then called me name. Or called you guys a name. And then said F you to me. Like, that didn't happen at all. That's so annoying. Someone asked you what game you were playing and you called them an idiot. No. Because one, they wouldn't ask what game I'm playing because you can see what game I'm playing. And two, even if they didn't know what it was, why would I call them an idiot? Firewolf! What's up, Firewolf? How's it going? Did it finish without blowing up? Oh, it didn't blow up! Sweet. Oh, it's so much more easily handled now. Look at that. We still have our poly groups. I think we should give one of them rainbow hair. What do you guys think? What's up, Firewolf? You were waiting for this. What do you mean? John's internet cut out, so he didn't hear my response to him. Oh well. I really would like to confront that person in real life for making up such a heinous lie. Like, that is not okay. That's freaking annoying. Alright, we're gonna come back to this hair, because obviously I need to clean up all these little dimples. I don't know why the dimples are there. Why are the dimples there? Wonder if I can just smooth them out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Most of them. Some of them are going to be a little, like right there. You see that? I gave it a little warble. But that's because it's trying to smooth the two groups together. So whoever was asking me about the poly groups, the cool thing I can do about this... How do I have cat hair in my mouth? There's not even a cat near me. Hey, what's up, Judson? Alright, so what I can do is I can mask by poly group. So what I can do is, like, I can smooth out this red one. without it interacting with the greenish yellow one at all. And, oh, it still wants to do it. Well, I can't mess with the greenish yellow one. You see it's not doing anything, but since they're connected, it's still kind of trying to pull. But that's okay. I don't like that it made all these little dimples. I'm gonna have to clean up all of those. Even though they probably won't show, you guys know how I am. I can't stand for that. Oh my gosh, another one that wasn't fully divided. Every one of these has those little dimples. I don't like that. What? I wonder what caused that. Maybe it's in the brush itself. It must be in the brush itself. That's unfortunate. Easily enough corrected. I mean, that looks fine like that. Alright, so what we're going to do is take that all the way back because we don't want any of that. We'll fix it later. Alright. It's hard to even tell what this is at first glance. But it's hair. See, Joe knows what's up. If you own a cat, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to copy this over. We're going to come back to the main... What's that? Oh. This is like the main dock. With all the individual pieces. And I think this might work. It might not. Honestly, I don't know. We paste this. Yay, look, there's hair on this guy's head. People are doing things. I didn't see what happened. Well, thank you for whatever you did, people. Alright, guys, now what we're going to do is do some other hair. We're going to save this one off. Hey, ZBrush. What are you doing? Don't you crash on me now, you... Oh, it didn't crash. It looked like it was going. It didn't crash. We're good. Alright, guys, so... You know how we had this discussion where I usually drink out of a large open glass. I drink my water out of a glass, but then it gets cat hair in it because they like to jump up on the work table here. So... Tiny recommended I get a bottle or something, but those are hard to clean, so I don't like that. My mom happened to have one of these. I guess she goes to watch my cousin's kids play baseball game. Play baseball? Play a baseball game. So she had this big goofy baseball cup, which I don't like baseball, but now it's a cup with a lid on it. But listen to this. I have to make weird noises if I'm not extra careful. I don't like that. I think I'm going to give that back to my mom and then go find a cup with a lid on it for myself. Ha, Mike, you funny. You funny. If cat hair was money, I'd be rich. I discovered your channel through your custom Scarlet Spider Marvel Legends. Cool, man. I hope you liked it. Have you toyed with the idea of having switchable faceplates like Figma? That would cost way too much, so no. ASMR of me slurping water through a shitty cup. Yeah, that's what everybody wants. It's not a pleasant sound, you don't think so? Alright, ZBrush, let's go. Once it's done saving, we'll start on the next one, don't worry. It's just a prank, bro? What? What's a prank? I don't know what you're talking about anymore. You lost me. You know what? Back on the topic of that guy saying I called a viewer an idiot, I don't think I've ever been directly negative toward any viewer that's come here. Like, unless somebody was, like, obviously trolling, so I said something sarcastic back to them, but... Thanks, Night Fam. Koozie Coon. Thank you for the subscription. Like, I don't think I've ever said anything like... I don't think I've ever called a viewer a name, even when they were clearly here just to cause trouble. I don't think that's ever happened. I know what a prank me... Alright, Firewolf. Alright. I know what a prank is. I don't understand how that applies to what you were just saying. What's a prank? Nothing was a prank. And a prank is not the same thing as a joke, for the record. There's an ice cream truck outside. I'll be right back. Yes, but that's what I'm saying, like, that's a joke, not a prank. That's why I didn't understand what he was saying. A prank is not equivalent to a joke. Come on, ZBrush, you can do it. You can do it. I have no idea what that is, Alfonso. I could look it up, I guess. But I really don't like the idea of having to go buy a cup just because of cat hair. I think I could just not let the cats come up on the table. I mean, I can drink without making the noise, but I get so little liquid. I'm just kidding. I did that on purpose. I'm actually about to choke from doing that. Come on, ZBrush, let's go. Golly, this is the best thing to do to get viewers, is just sit here and look at a blank screen. Or an empty screen, a static screen. Yeah, you can definitely tell when I'm being sarcastic. Like, Naive Weeboo knows exactly what he's talking about. I don't know why I'm so thirsty today. What the heck? Is this thing ever gonna save? Mimi review! What's up, Mimi? Review X? But even still, I don't even think I've sarcastically called somebody an idiot. I don't say that. I don't know. I don't call people idiots. Probably because I'm not 9. You know? Like, he just totally fabricated that. Let's see if he's responded. So that's what he said, and I just responded, that didn't happen. I wonder if he's going to respond back. It'll be exciting. I think I'll just delete his comment. That's probably better. The hole in there is not to prevent sound. The hole is to let air in. Because if you don't have air coming in, you can't get the liquid out without collapsing the cup. It's not for sound. Do ASMR? That's probably not gonna happen. I don't know, what do you do for ASMR? Don't you just do this and talk into the mic? I don't get the point of that, honestly. It's so... I don't think I called you an idiot. I think I called you a ginger idiot, and that's clearly not a real insult. But even then, it must have been super sarcastic if I said it, because I really don't ever... It's auto-saving now. Right after I finished my own save, it's auto-saving. I don't call people idiots, so it must have been a super jokey, like, situation. I said like for no reason there. But yeah, what's the deal with ASMR? That's just weird. Why is that a thing all of a sudden? People need to listen to somebody whisper? What? Are people that weird nowadays? I want somebody to do ASMR, but not whispering. I want them to do it like Mr. Bean talks. That'd be good. Is ASMR a fetish? I think it is. I mean, it seems in that vein. Based on the fact that everyone that does ASMR videos is a female. Attracted, or trying to like get the attention of a male audience, which is what the internet is. That's my hunch. Max the Mini Frosted Wheat 069. Hey man, thanks. Thanks for the support. But see, here's the thing, John. Like, if I did say that to you, nobody would have defended me to you. You know what I mean? And this guy said I called a new viewer an idiot, and then everybody defended me. What? That doesn't even track. That doesn't even make sense. My daughter said... Damn, Mike. Mike, are you okay over there? No, ASMR involves, like, not just talking low. I don't think talking low counts. I think you have to do more than that. Like, if I just talk like this, I don't think that counts. Maybe it does count. I don't know. What if I talk like this? I don't get it, honestly. It's freaking weird. Golly, stop saving, ZBrush. I don't want to do this. I don't want to stare at a screen anymore. Alright, while we're waiting, we're going to open up a toy. Who wants to watch me open up a toy while we're waiting? That's what you're going to do, so hopefully all of you. Mike, that is TMI. TMI. Here we have Mr. Fantastic, aka Signor Fantastico. Looks okay. Problem, out of space, you lose everything. I don't understand. No, I have to buy toys on a regular basis. It's my job. Why can't Hasbro do anatomy? Well, listen, I told it to save the first time, which is fine, but then it popped an autosave out right at the wrong time. These are the same Mr. Fantastic hands from years ago. I don't know if that's true. Why not turn off autosave if it's bothering you that much? Because most of the time, a quarter of the time, it's helpful. And I'd rather be annoyed for the other 75% of the time than lose that 25% of the time where it's actually helpful. It's the timing that's the problem. I don't understand why they have it set up so that it doesn't have like any parameters. Like if you save, it shouldn't autosave immediately after. That's all I want. I just want it to be set up such that it only auto-saves when it's helpful. And that sounds like I'm making a joke, but I'm being serious. And they could easily implement that, I think, by just giving you a dialog box like autosave, yes, no, or not. Like it's not even an autosave at that point. It's just save, click yes, or click no. I mean that's an easy feature. Or just have it built in so that it knows if it just spent 10 minutes saving a file so that it doesn't do it again. I don't think this Mr. Fantastic figure is very good, guys. The arms aren't bendy enough. They're just long and goofy looking. If I deleted the undo history, that'd probably be sufficient. I should probably just do that. Yeah, I don't think this is a very good figure. That's a bummer. I speak very good English. Good job. Should be programmed to autosave based on certain commands and processes. I would call that figure Mr. Mediocre rather than Mr. Fantastic or Mr. Acceptable. Mr. Sufficient. That sounds funny. Alright, I'm just gonna smash my computer and go cry in a corner because this is not what I wanted to do tonight. That's because Marvel Legends figures aren't very good. I'm not big on Marvel Legends figures either. They're easily the least enjoyable thing I collect by far. And I wouldn't even collect them anymore if it wasn't for the fact that those were like kind of the first thing I started collecting again when I got back into collecting. Yeah, I found him in the wild. He was the only one there and he's got some chips. Some chips and some scratches on him, but that's the way it goes. I honestly don't like collecting Marvel Legends at all. But I have to. Oh my gosh. Well, obviously, figure arts are better than Marvel Legends. You're comparing a $20 figure to a $50 figure, so $60 figure. Not a fair comparison. Guys, here's something I want to do. And let me know if you guys would think this would be a fun thing to have on the channel. I want to break a Guinness record for playing a video game for a certain duration of time. It shouldn't lag me. It might be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a thing. I can check the processes. Should be using 100% of the disk right now, which is going to slow everything down a little bit. Looks like you need coffee. Nothing better than joining a stream and immediately insulting the person streaming. That's always the best way to do it, I think. That's what I always say. Wow. That's weird. Did it finish saving? No. Do I know the current well, it's different records for different games. I was thinking about doing a Halo one before Halo 6 comes out, and it's at like 50 hours, which I'm pretty sure I could do. I think I could do that. But I don't really want to play 50 hours of Halo. I thought about doing Destiny, but nobody cares about Destiny. Particularly me. I'm not talking about just any video game in general. I'm talking about a specific one. Obviously, you can't do... but here's the thing. Like, they give you... For every hour, you get 10 minutes of not having to do it. So if you do it right, you time it so that you get to sleep in between and stuff. But I'm not doing longest session overall. That's too much. Yes! Yes! Screw you, ZBrush. We're opening a different file as fast as we can before it tries to autosave again. Never again, that's what I always say. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing longest overall session. I thought about doing Smash Brothers, but I don't have anybody to play Smash Brothers with for that long period of time. And playing online is about as much fun as sitting on a box grader, so I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I'd like to do Halo when Halo 6 comes out. Hey, wicked collectible! I've had the Jurassic Park theme song stuck in my head, and I haven't watched Jurassic Park recently. I never really cared much for it in the first place. And then, I haven't seen the trailer for the new one in months. Or over a month, anyway. So, I don't know why that's stuck in my head. Maybe that's the trick. I just take the lid off when I want to drink. That way I don't have to make a bunch of slurpy sounds in the microphone. What is up today? Why is ZBrush acting so crazy? It's taking forever to do everything. It's not my computer. I checked. My computer says everything's fine. There we go. Look, it's Android 16. No, it's not. That's not Android 16. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Do you happen to have a favorite artist for Venom? Nope. I don't read comics. I'll tell you what though, my favorite artist for most of the character designs is Jim Lee. Does he have a Venom? I'd probably go with McFarlane, because I like McFarlane's Spider-Man the best, but I don't know what his Venom looks like necessarily. Let's do... I want to do the hair everybody liked so much. Let's redo this hair. Alright, everybody liked that. Let's see if we can just redo that. I don't know. That is kind of a nice style. Well, I guess we'll see how it looks. Jim Lee drew Goku? Oh, someone needs to post a link for that. I want to see that. Alright. I did not know Jim Lee drew Goku. Hey, Slayer 10006, how's it going? You think McFarlane co-created Venom? No kidding. Here I was hating McFarlane so much for all these years, and turns out I should only hate him a little bit. Excited for Solo? You know it. No, I am not. I think it's gonna be terrible. I don't think it's going to be good at all. Sick Wolverine, sideburns, and beard. This guy doesn't have sideburns or a beard. So I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, I'll check the Discord later. Did he draw it in, like, not Dragon Ball style at all? Because that would explain why it was so bad. If it was, in fact, that bad. No kidding. Now I have to write him a letter telling him how much I feel bad for making fun of him for all these years. I'm kidding. I'm not going to actually write him a letter. But the last Star Wars movie wasn't entertaining, so there's the issue there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just getting these hair strands kind of in the same major groupings as the other one, and then I can fill it in on my own and see what we come up with. Doesn't have to be exact. Because they're not on my top 10 list. Thanks, Wicked. I did find it a little odd that some people were trying to say they disagree with my list. Like, you can't disagree with my list. It's my list. You can have a different list. That's reasonable. So you can't disagree. That doesn't make any sense. I even said in the video, tell me what you would put on your list. They're like, I disagree with your list. One guy outright said, I don't want any of the figures you said to be made. Why? Why would you not want something to be made if somebody wants it? It doesn't stop something that you want from being made. I want them to not make any of the figures you listed. Oh, okay. You seem like a reasonable person. Hey, we have 2 weeboos. What's up, guys? Crazy Bear, what's up? Jurassic World toys? No, I have zero interest in buying dinosaurs. Is that like a thing? Like, are collectors buying the dinosaur figures? That seems weird to me. I wasn't expecting adults to be interested in dinosaurs. Alright, I think we might be able to go on our own from there. Like, that's enough. That's pretty good right there. I think we might just leave it like that. Hey, Adamus, what's up? Who's messaging me? Crazy Bear, yeah, it's just a matter of working on them, man. Once you figure out how they're supposed to look, it's not difficult. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get right if you're going for a particular look, but in general, lips aren't difficult. Not like hands are anyway. Hands can be a total pain in the ass. Collecting dinosaur models is different than collecting Mattel toys, though, you know what I mean? That's what I don't really get. is gonna take forever again. I don't know, guys. I want to do the hair this way, but I feel like I can get a lot more work done a lot faster if I do it the other way, but this is gonna look better. I guess it's better to look better. What do I think about Funko Pops? I think they're similar to something like Crazy Bones, in that people have been tricked into liking something that is actually very low quality product. And it's become popular for no apparent reason. My brother owns a few, and I've looked at them, and I just don't get it. Because they're not even made well. Like, you could buy 10 of them, and 9 of them are going to be riddled with paint issues. So I don't get it. They're not good sculpts. I mean, by the nature of the product, they're not good sculpts. And if the paints are not good either, what's the point? That's what I don't get. I mean, like, I just don't understand why people are into something like Funko Pops other than it's trendy. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm not about the trends. Do I have any what? Funko Pops? I have one that my brother got for me. Mezco figures are hardly 1/12 scale Hot Toys, though. Like, that's another thing that's become trendy, is the Mezco figures. People tend to just completely be willing to overlook any issues those things have. Especially the earlier ones. That look like sock puppets. This is such a pain in the ass. I mean, it's not difficult, it's just annoying. I kind of wish I hadn't come up with this idea and I was just doing it the other way. Because I think the outcome's going to definitely be better doing it this way. But it's got to be boring for you guys to watch. It's boring for me to make. Mezco has bad customer service? What's wrong with it? Why not spice up sculpting it with some discussion or new music or something? No. If there's something you guys want to discuss, you can bring it up, but I'm kind of focusing on what I'm working on. I can participate in discussion, but I'm not going to sit here trying to figure something out to talk about. I'm definitely not changing the music. That's just a silly idea. What were they making using this method? They're making hair. But they weren't making it for an action figure, so they could have like free strands and stuff. So they could do like this and pop in like a bunch of different spots so that they could make the hair actually look like it was flowing in the wind or whatever. Obviously this would be like for someone with long hair. Like they were doing some kind of like, was it like a female elf or something like that? I don't know. But they were just making like long strands of hair, which is fine, that's wonderful. But for what I'm doing, it's a lot more tedious simply because of the fact that I can't just have a whole lot of like dangly bits. I have to have pretty solid hair sculpt in order for it to get molded properly. Yeah, I like this music, and people have complimented this music lots of times. So the music's definitely not going to change, and honestly, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's not like somebody's going to say, hey, watching you do this hair is boring, but since you changed your music, I'll stick around. I think they're either going to stay or they're going to leave. Could bring back trivia. I would like to do trivia, but here's the thing. All of the places that I tried to find trivia questions had really shitty questions, and I can't keep coming up with new trivia every night. Not every night, but every trivia night. I just ran out of stuff to ask that wasn't just basically my interests. I would like to do more trivia, but the internet hasn't willed it so. Every trivia place I found was like asking the most no one would ever know type questions, or type questions that everybody would know. So it was kind of like, well, screw this. That's why I ended up just doing it all myself every time. But that's not practical. It's coming together. A lot more hair to put on here, but it's coming together. You can see from this angle it almost looks like hair. Scourge! What's up, Scourge? Same old, same old. I mean, somebody mentioned conversations. If there's something you guys want to have a conversation about, I'm more than happy to do it. It's just, especially for something like this, I mean, it's tedious, but I still kind of have to pay attention to what I'm doing. So, when I'm doing more of like just a free type of sculpting, I can talk a lot more without it really affecting anything. The sports ball teams, you are so right. You are absolutely right about that. I couldn't agree more. Oops. You just got done playing Fortnite. Get out. I told you to get out because you were playing Fortnite. But you're allowed to play Fortnite, I guess. The Royals got their butts handed to them. Oh, I don't follow European politics too much. For the record, I was joking about the Royals thing. I'm fully aware that you weren't talking about European politics. Hey, saw smoke 95 billion. I couldn't see what number that was. Sorry about that. Thank you. Any new Storm reviews on the horizon? 2. Alex from Street Fighter and Hey Hachi Mishma. Oh gosh. Oh my god, the royal wedding's so beautiful. I hope you're being not serious there, Sponge. Because who gives a shit? Unless you give a shit, in which case I retract my who gives a shit statement. If you in fact do give a shit, that is okay. I think it's funny that the royal family has no problem with him marrying a divorced with child American person who's not like of any stature. That seems unusual to me, unless the rumors they have about the royal family are not true, you know. But that seems to me like the kind of thing that the royal family would not be okay with. And that's the extent of what I know, other than she's on Suits and I like that show a whole bunch. Yeah, I still don't have my Shao Kahn. Shere Khan. Ah, Shere Khan. Who knows what that's from? Does anybody know what that's from? So you'll notice a lot of these hairs are like going up and around like that, whereas a lot of these are going down already. I'm going to add in ones on top, like to kind of weave them throughout to give the right look. Don't you worry, guys. I got this. I might leave these long. I might mush them back up. We'll see. Well, you know what? Well, I'll do it after this one. Mortal Kombat. Best thing about Mortal Kombat in the history of Mortal Kombat is the live action movies. Who was not a kid in the 90s? Who was a kid in the 90s who didn't enjoy those movies? The answer is only silly people. Were they good movies? Absolutely not. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Ah, you made a joke. Well done, sir. Wow, first Fortnite, now Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna have to start banning people. Oh, that'd be so funny to do. Not that I would actually do it, but it would be funny if there was a streamer who just banned people because they liked games that weren't the ones he liked. Oh, I find that concept quite funny. They did pick up Fist of the North Star. Here's what I'm worried about for Storm, other than the fact that they cut off all communication with me, including telling me that they weren't going to deal with me anymore. Which, that's a little bit shady. I don't care for that kind of business practice, personally speaking, but whatever, that's the way it goes. But the other thing that concerns me about them is that they keep picking up all these new IPs, and they are just drip-feeding figures. And instead of releasing new things that they keep announcing, we're only getting repaints. Which, I understand repaints are a necessity, but there's balance is off there somewhere. Also, they stopped giving me free stuff, which is not okay. No, I'm used to not getting free stuff, but I don't like that. You don't just stop returning phone call, or not phone calls, but emails and things. That's inappropriate. No, but I'm saying about, like, what if there was a streamer that banned people just for liking, like, instead of, for instance, Street Fighter, they liked Mortal Kombat. I think that would be really funny. Not really a what-if situation, just a this would be funny situation. I mean, like, I would totally understand if they're like, listen, we don't really want to send you free stuff anymore because your reviews point out the flaws of the figures and we don't like that. Like, if that's true, just say that. I understand that. I think that's kind of crummy, but I understand it. Don't just stop responding to emails. That's not okay. That's pretty poor business. Ban the Funko collectors? No, we don't ban the Funko collectors. We let them in and then make fun of them. And with that, I just thought about the guy that made up that entire story. This is Punisher. Gosh! Every time I make a Punisher figure, nobody realizes I'm making a Punisher figure. That's a throwback to last night, which nobody's gonna get except for people that were here last night. And I don't think Johnson Doofus, I like your username, I don't think Johnson Doofus was here. So I shouldn't have made that reference, because he won't get it. And yet, I did. The Johnson Doofus. That's a heck of a username right there. Oh, it's actually... see, joke's on you. It is a Punisher version of RoboCop. What do you guys know? Not much, apparently. Oh... The array of things people said last night was just mind-boggling. This looks like Matt Damon. This looks like the John Bernthal. This looks like Dante from Devil May Cry. It looks like none of those things. Especially since none of those things look alike, I'm positive now that it looks like none of those things. You crazy, crazy people. Like, I could see if everybody was picking things that were all fairly similar, then I'd be like, hey, it does kind of look like that apparently. But they picked things that weren't even in the same universe, aesthetically speaking. Nick Gresham, are you out there? Randall, are you out there? It's actually Johnny Bravo in anime style. Yeah, they said reboot Dante. Which I could see if he was Asian, but he's not. This is very Asian. Yeah, I think this hair is going to end up looking much better, guys. It's just such a tedious process. Oh well. Tedium. We actually haven't dropped in viewer count. I mean, we've had significantly higher viewer days, but it's not unusual for it to be a lower count. So I think we'll just stick with it. It's apparently not driving away too many people, which is good. How do you like sculpting digital versus super sculpty? Well, there's no undo in real life. So, that's the thing. Obviously, digital has significant benefits in some ways. But traditional sculpting has benefits in some ways too. Personally, I prefer digital because I'm not that patient in many aspects of sculpting, and I like to be able to try things out and undo them and then see what works, rather than do it and then spend a whole lot of time on it and then take it off completely and then have even more work. It's just kind of a hassle. That said, just that answered your question, I think. Didn't it? I think it did. Honestly, this kind of thing, like doing the hair, it seems like it would be easier to do this digitally, but it's the same process traditionally, and it's honestly a little bit less tedious to do it traditionally. I mean, it's still time consuming as hell, but it's not that bad. There's so much left to do. I haven't even divided it. I don't know if my computer's gonna be able to handle this, guys. I might have to do it the other way, honestly. Oh, that's not good. But what else can you do? Might have to go the traditional style route of just, oops, just sculpting it all out. A thing, Gwen D. Hey, Gwen's a female name. She's part of the 13%. Hi, Gwen. Are you single? No, I'm just joking. That's what I should do. Harass people as soon as they subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to get viewers. Oh, man. That's an inside... It's not an inside joke. It's a joke from last night's stream, because I was talking about the percentage of viewers I have which are female as opposed to the percentage which are male. So I'm not actually harassing you. It's just a callback to what we were talking about last night. I don't know if it... This looks better, though. And you know how I am. The whole point of me making this line is to do it better. So... we're gonna try to stick with it for now. And if we have to go back to the other style, then I've wasted some time. But I'm okay with that. I'd rather not. But if that's the way it goes, that's the way it goes. Scalebound is a video game where you ride dragons. Well, it's gonna be that. I mean, that's true no matter what, though. I mean, it's gonna take me a lot of time. Doing it the other way isn't significantly faster, honestly. And it's a lot harder for me to make it look the way I want it to look. I have a feeling, like, obviously I haven't timed it, but I'm pretty sure this feels like it takes longer just because it's so repetitive. Whereas the other style, I'm more like actively sculpting, you know? But I don't think it's actually significantly faster. Does that make sense to you guys? Or did I not compose my thoughts properly before I started talking? I think I said it all right. Told you, I'm working on almost no sleep. How would you realistically mass produce using traditional sculpting as... It's the same thing. Instead of digitally printing it, you just have it already. And then you say, make molds of this, and they do. You wouldn't. You wouldn't what? John, what's the you wouldn't part of what you just said? Oops. Are you answering that question? That's absolutely wrong, John. 100% wrong. All of the way wrong. How do you think action figures got made, or anything got made prior to digital printing, 3D printing? Which is a fairly new thing. It was all traditional sculpt. I wonder if I can do this, guys. Let's see if I can do this. Will it work? I wonder how many of these pieces I can just move over. I'm betting most of them. They do mean that, but I mean that's how it starts. He's not saying you produce them that way, but they have to start somewhere. I could be wrong. He could have meant what you thought he meant, but I don't think that's what he meant. See, you can get a lot of it in, and I meant to do that with this one actually. You can do a lot of it with symmetry, and then just change the parts that you need to make it asymmetrical. And that saves a lot of time this way. And you can do it, I guess, technically that way for the other types of sculpts too, though, so. We'll see, guys. I don't know. I haven't made a line of action figures before. So, we're gonna figure out what works and what doesn't. And hopefully, we figure it out in an effective way. John, maybe I misunderstood. Who asked the question? Someone clarify. It wouldn't be the first time I misunderstood somebody. How many people out there are fans of Halo? Are there enough of you that can have a conversation about it? 'Cause I would like to have a conversation about Halo. Oops. Okay. Naive Weeboo Space Communist is the first person to get banned for not liking the same games as me. There's a trick. Oops. No, it wasn't really a trick. I wouldn't mind talking about Halo. Long hair is not the same thing as a mullet. Not even a little bit. Another one, Jason Wells. Thanks for the subscription. I guess we can't have a Halo conversation. Ew, Destiny's designs are terrible. Most of them, anyway. They were trying so hard to keep from having to pay more for designing things that everything in that game is some kind of reskin of something else in that game. And it's just... so much of it looks like somebody just took a box of Legos and dumped it on the floor and then poured glue into it. And whatever came out is a design they went with. I think I'm gonna just do it without symmetry. No, you definitely can't have a conversation like the one I want to have without being informed. It wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. Because you couldn't tell me what you want in Halo 6. Because you don't know. Which is okay. Destiny has some good designs, but, well, you'd have to play the game. Well, one of the big problems with Halo 5 and Halo 4 is the fact that they took a design that was, I mean, relatively realistic, futuristic space soldier type thing, obviously, but they made them like cartoony, which I'm guessing is what you're talking about, kinda. And that's one of the complaints people have. Did I delete his eyebrows? No, I didn't. There, now he has eyebrows. Ooh. Do I think Chinese knockoffs are becoming a bigger problem, or the quality is still far off enough to use? Those are separate issues, really, but there's like a bunch of issues involved in that question, actually. Yeah, it's becoming a problem, obviously. You don't want knockoffs flooding the market. That screws up the manufacturers of the real product. So that's not a good thing. At all. Yesterday's Destiny stream was good. You talking about mine? Did someone actually like my content? I'm kidding. I know at least one person likes my content. My mom says I'm wonderful. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Randall, are you out there? Because are you going to play Destiny tonight? And if you're not out there, then you can disregard. Lack of color. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, it's really like comparing apples to apple pie. That's not really accurate. But Destiny is an MMO, essentially. So it's Halo's essentially just a multiplayer game. You know, like matchmaking type multiplayer. So yeah, it's not really a fair comparison, I think. You have an important appointment tonight. Well, okay, the only time knockoffs are okay is when the manufacturer isn't producing the product anymore, because then it's not hurting them. But I don't know. We'll be interested to see where it goes. What are we talking about? No. Not really. I wasn't talking about the gameplay either, but the art direction is based in large part on what type of game it is. Therefore, Halo has to have an entirely different type of aesthetic, is what I was getting at. Because it doesn't matter in Destiny if you blend in with a wall or things like that, because that's not the kind of game. Whereas in Halo, if your character has essential camouflage on them, that's not really gonna work. Hey, Lady Debbie, welcome. You made it. What is your favorite Halo game? I'm gonna go with... Can I pick different parts of different games instead of one overall? Because some of the games I don't like at all did some things really well. And I would be remiss to not include them. But I guess I'd have to go with... Halo 4. If I had to just pick one. I think Halo 5's gameplay mechanics are the best. The shooting feels great, the maneuverability feels great, everything feels good in that game. It's the structure of the game that failed. Hey, Alfonso, are you still out there? You say your sister makes cups that are customized for people or for business or something like that, and you said the brand name. Did you say Yeti? Was Yeti one of them? Because this cup I'm drinking out of has Yeti on it, and it just clicked that you might have said Yeti when you were talking about that earlier. Huh, that's funny. This Yeti cup's okay. I still don't like drinking out of cups with lids. Must be a bad childhood memory or something. Hey John, those aren't the same game. Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games ever, I think, though. Such a good game. That's what this thing is. It's got thermal qualities. No. Nope, you can't say Mass Effect was a good series because they screwed the pooch big time with 3. Well, you could say was. 1 and 2. 1 had its definite problems with the shooter mechanics, but it was still a really good game. And then 2 fixed that and had even better, like, I think better story, and all around everything was great. Then 3 came and it played the best, but had absolute garbage story, and taking out all of the cool stuff that was in 2 is really stupid. And then 4 came along, which it wasn't really 4, I understand that, and just said, nope, nope, not making a good game. Screw you guys, if you like Mass Effect, you're gonna have to play this game that instead pushes our agenda, rather than a good video game. It really bothers me what they did to the Mass Effect series. One of my all-time favorite series, and they just totally threw it in the garbage. You don't agree with a lot of people's issues with it. The only real issue they had was that they took out the really cool squad building mechanics and decision making mechanics. So you can't disagree with that, because that's a fact. They took those things out. And the other fact is that the story made 0 sense. And if you're trying to tell me the story didn't make 0 sense, I want to know what it was all about. Because it sure as hell didn't match up with any of the other games in the series, story-wise. It's like they tried to pull a Matrix, like, oh look, we're just like the Matrix. Cool plot twist at the end. No, you are... I think, Gekum, I agree with you, except for the part about Andromeda being just meh. I think Andromeda, that's being way too generous. Not only because of the plot and the stuff behind the scenes, but the fact that the game came out totally broken. Andromeda's combat was excellent? No, it wasn't. They took out all the features of the combat. Alright, okay, no, we can't have this conversation. You either, I don't know, maybe you're being purposely, like, I don't know, argumentative? No. What's the word I'm thinking of? Contrary, or something, but how could you possibly say that its combat was excellent when it was a shell of the previous combat system? Like, there was no Mass Effect qualities to the combat. It took out everything. 3 had excellent combat. 2 had excellent combat. 1 had terrible, terrible, terrible combat. Mass Effect 1 is very hard to play through multiple times, I think. I played through it twice. Both times to completion. And I don't think I would ever do it again. I played through 2 twice, and I enjoyed it both times a bunch. And then for 3, I didn't play it a second time. But, for 2, boy was that a fun game. I so enjoyed playing 2. Such solid gameplay. Shooting-wise, story-wise, the way you have to build up your reputation with your team members is just so good. Well, because it's a Mass Effect game, and they took out all of the combat that made it unique to Mass Effect. So the combat might have been okay, but you can't say it's excellent if they strip it of all of its features. I mean, it's significantly lacking. Gekim, how do you... doesn't the combat... the gunplay just get to you after a while from Mass Effect 1? It's just so awful. It's so bad. And I know once you get going in the game it gets much better. Like I said, I've played the game a lot. I just... oh, the game could have been... well, I mean, they basically fixed it by making 2 as good as it was. But 1's combat is so iffy. I know so many people personally that were like, yeah, I really liked the idea of Mass Effect, but the gunplay was just so garbage I couldn't do it. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. It did not, John. It most definitely did not have all of those features. It had a stripped down version of those features. It wasn't even close to what it used to be. You crazy, man. Oh. Did you play 1, 2, or 3, John? I think I liked 1. Well, I don't want to say... you know what? I can't say that. I was going to say I think I liked 1 the best because I really did like 1's storyline. And obviously I played it multiple times and got number 2 because of it. But just looking at number 2 and number 3, even 3 I think was a really solid game despite the way it went sour. Went south at the end there. Those are just such good games. Unfortunately, 1 doesn't live up to them. But it almost does. Cool, Lady Debbie. Did you like it? Alright, well, you know what? I didn't want this to go this way, but I'm I'm gonna need one of the other moderators to just ban John. Don't really do that, please. Just kidding, do it. Do it. Listen, John, here's how it works, alright? You're allowed to have your own opinions all you want, as long as they don't conflict with mine. You know what? Somebody's gonna see that, and then I'm gonna get a comment on one of my videos saying what I said to one of my viewers, and how much of an asshole I am. Get out of here. Don't call Tiny a jerk just because she typed LOL, John. That's inappropriate. John's like family. He's like the red-headed cousin that no one wants to talk to. It's funny because he is red-headed. Alfonso, you probably don't want to take John's side in this because he's not going to be the one living in your guest room. So, I mean, I don't know how much you like the smell of farts, but I can arrange that to be a problem for you. That's all I'm saying. Farts and new action figure smell. Oh, there you go. You're going to have to live with that. I can't eat. Actually, here's the thing, guys. You know how I told you I can't eat eggs anymore? I'm starting to think it wasn't an egg allergy, or not an allergy, but an intolerance. I'm starting to think it was my Keurig coffee maker that had grown bacteria or something in it. Because those things aren't very clean in the first place because you can't get inside to clean them. I'm starting to think that's what was giving me the shits, and it wasn't the eggs giving me the shits. In case you were wondering why I was having the shits, I think it might have been that. So now you know. if you were wondering that. And if you weren't, then thanks for not caring about my well-being. Ew, walnuts. No, I don't like walnuts very much. I didn't get it. Walnuts, peanuts, I don't get that because that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what you're talking about. No, there's no way to get inside. You can't get inside. I mean, unless you disassemble it completely, which is not meant to do. You can't take apart a Keurig coffee maker to clean it. Not the kind I have. I agree, some bees has to go. There's no excuse for that. It was a play on the Donkey Kong rap. Alright, without having any tone to what you're saying, that is almost impossible to understand. Like, obviously I get it now that you've said it, but who would instantly go to the Donkey Kong rap when we're talking about this? That is such an obscure reference. And you're talking to somebody who prefers obscure references. You need to make your obscure references less obscure, my man. That is incredibly obscure. You can't ban me, John. I'll turn the whole damn channel off. I'll do it. I will turn this thing around. Actually, I'll just turn off your moderator ability. No more paycheck for you. I just saved it, damn you. Damn you, ZBrush. The Donkey Kong rap is a popular shitpost in some... What circles? I want to know this. I want to know what circle you have to be in for that to be a thing. Don't lie. Unless the circle is like Donkey Kong speedrunners, that's totally not fair. Yeah, I know the Donkey Kong rap. I mean, I probably don't know it by heart, but, like, I know it, alright? I played the shit out of... I played so much of Donkey Kong 64, I was having, like, dreams about it. Like, where I was in the game type of dreams. It was weird and unpleasant. I have that about ZBrush, though, too. I think I just have problems sleeping. Also, the aliens keep taking me at night. I don't like that. I'm just kidding. Everybody knows aliens only take weird people. Well, first of all, Tumblr, probably you don't want to like let people know that you're in a Tumblr circle. Those are the worst circles to be in. ZBrush is only nightmare? I like ZBrush. What do you mean? What's wrong with ZBrush? When this is action figure size, this hair's gonna look nice. I think it's worth it to do it this way, guys. Oh boy. How do you exist on Tumblr? Unless maybe you are one of the Tumblrinas that cause so much problem, and therefore that's why you exist. You don't only exist, you thrive on it. On the platform, that is. Hey, that's your thing, man. Do what you gotta do. Oh my gosh. There we go. I don't understand. What is the purpose of Tumblr? Why does it exist? I'm very curious. Isn't it just Twitter with no limit? Well, I know that, but I don't think that's what it was made for. Maybe it was. When you were 14? How old are you now? I think you told us the other day, but I don't remember. I thought you liked Remember the Dreams, Alfonso. No, if he's talking about Remember the Dreams, I know that one. Because it's the only one that has lyrics, even though there's like 3. I'm pretty sure that's the one, though. I don't think that'll be necessary, Weeboo. I think we're all quite okay taking your word for it. Guys, we're nearing the home stretch of the hair. We're almost there. That's not a mullet, by the way. Whoever said that's a mullet. That is not a mullet. Can we finish tonight? At least with the majority. Let's see if I can word with the majority of it. I hope it's mine. No, that wouldn't work. I don't think. Actually, all things considered. No, never mind. I think we'll be able to keep it like this. This should work. Should be okay. Any hair that's slightly shaggy is a mullet. I didn't say it was a mullet. I said it's not a mullet. What are you talking about? I specifically said it's not a mullet. Oh, once we get the main bulk of this back down, I can lay down some top pieces. Oh, my back is killing me. I need a desk that's like up here so I can work without hunching over. I hate being so tall. Like, normal sized people would be sitting like down here without hunching. Oh. John, if your cat's doing that, it could be sick or hurt. That's not uncommon for cats to do that in a bad situation. If they're hurt or something. Especially if it's out of the ordinary. Oh, I see. Yeah, see, sarcasm doesn't read well when you have to read it. Puns are great. They're actually not. But that one worked out. Hey, Melon. What's up, Melon? Hold on a second. What are you making? I don't think I could explain it any better than if you just look at the screen. I am making a line of action figures. This is one of the heads. I should have been doing that the whole time. Moving them around first. Oh, you have a shoulder cat. Those are the best kind. Zeus is a shoulder cat. I don't know what you're talking about. I think he's making it up, everybody. Don't listen to him. Don't know. Don't do rooted hair. Not interested in dolls. Oh, sick burn! No, I just don't. I don't buy things that have rooted hair. I don't think it looks good. I think it looks... I don't like cloth on plastic or fake hair on plastic. I just... Well, one, it does have doll-like qualities, or it gives doll-like qualities, and I don't like that. And two, it just doesn't look right, because it's always the wrong scale. It's true, Alfonso's not wrong about that. I think, guys, I may just not end the stream until I get this hair, the bulk of it, done. I know normally we cut it off at 10 Eastern time, but I think I'm gonna keep going. Like the good old days when I was burning myself out going 4 4-hour streams a week. Oh man. It's odd because something about streaming makes it a lot more taxing to do this. Where do I want that? I wanted it over here, I think, but I'm not gonna put it there. I think it's because I have to split my focus with the stream and the work I'm doing, so it makes it a little bit more. Well, here's the thing. I was rooting for the Cavs because that's my home team. I mean, I don't live there anymore, but that's still my dudes. But it looks like they're not, because LeBron put up, what, like over 40 the other night, and they still lost after they lost game 1. So I'm thinking maybe the Cavs just don't have it in them this year, which is unfortunate. And another thing that I think is interesting, because Kyrie left the Cavs after winning, you know, because he wanted to be a superstar on his own. And now he's not even playing, and I don't think the Celtics have a chance at beating Golden State, but if they ended up winning, that would just be terrible for Kyrie to get a ring without even having to play in the playoffs. I would hate that. I mean, as much as one can hate something that happens with people that aren't people he cares about. But the idea of him leaving the team and then still getting a ring even though he didn't even play, that's just irksome. I will say, I think it's absolutely amazing that LeBron is able to do what he's able to do. As long as he's been playing, as old as he is now, he gets better every season somehow. It's incredible. And I'm not like a sports fanboy type person. I really couldn't care less. But I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's just destroying all these records and things, and it's because he's playing so much. Like, nobody's ever done what he's doing. Minutes per game, minutes per season, minutes per career, it's just insane. So kudos to him. I do think Tyronn Lue's a pretty dang good coach. I'm not saying they're out of it, but you can't have your star putting up 40 points and then still lose. Like, you need some depth in the bench. Something. Yeah, the Toronto Raptors coach, even though he won like best coach in the league, which I don't understand because I think he's a lousy coach. He won an award for coaching this year, I believe, and then they still fired him because they've lost like 4 years in a row. I mean, not even come close 4 years in a row. Something like that. Seems a bit harsh, honestly, as much as I don't like the guy. I mean, I get firing a coach for losing because it's his job, but you're getting him into the playoffs every year and losing to LeBron James. I mean, what else do you want the guy to do? Toy Thief, thanks. The Bruins are going to beat the Vikings in the World Series. I don't care about hockey, John. No one does. Except for Canadians. I would feel bad for him if I didn't think the guy was an asshole. I do like the fact that he called out the league for the refs cheating like 3 years ago. Even though he happened to be full of shit about what he was talking about in particular, I like that he had the chutzpah to say it. But, I think he's kind of an asshole. Maybe that's why they fired him. They're just sick of him being an asshole. The only person who slows down LeBron is Kawi. Who the hell's Kawi? Who's that? I'm gonna have to wait to finish this. Here's the thing, guys. Like, I'm really looking forward to getting this project done and getting it on Kickstarter and then it being super successful. But if it's not, I'm gonna be in a really bad spot. It's not gonna be good. I know what you did, John. But I still had to make a comment about hockey, eh? A Spurs player? When did the Cavs play the Spurs? Assuming they beat the Celtics. They don't, do they? Aren't the Spurs a long out? I thought they were. I don't follow it that much. I follow it a little bit. Like, I don't watch basketball all year long until the playoffs. Then I watch it a little bit. How do I get to the Kickstarter? There isn't one yet. I gotta get the project done first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. A long way to go. If I don't have something to show, I don't think it'll be a successful Kickstarter. People will be like, what's he showing us? And I'd be like, nothing. And I'd be like, I'm not paying him anything then. Apparently the people that are involved in this are all from the 50s. I don't know why. But that's the voice that I made, so, you know, that's how this is happening. No, something small like the Deadpool head won't be on Kickstarter. I might have to do the Metroid accessories on Kickstarter, guys. Because I don't really want to front the cost. That's going to be a significant cost. We'll see. Whenever I get them. That's the best I can do, is review them when I get them. Make my own play arts, Kai. It's not really something that can just be done. I mean, that's an entire manufacturing process. Can't exactly do that. Yeah, the BVS ones weren't particularly good. That's for sure. Well, that's a lot bigger than I expected it to be. I didn't realize. I thought it was farther out, and that's why it looked big, but it was big. That's okay. We can make it work. You missed Toys R Us? They're not even closed yet, man. I mean, only the outlet stores are closed already. How could you miss them? Unless that's the only one you had near you, I guess. If this is successful, there's going to be a lot more. I mean, it's going to be a whole line of figures that continues to just grow and grow and grow. That's the plan, anyway. Hey, another subscriber. Thanks for the subscription. Yay, people and stuff. Not really. 1 year. 1 year is nothing. You have full companies spending a lot more than a year producing action figures, and I'm one person doing it on the side. This project has not been going on for quite some time. The first game I ever played, the original Mario, well, not the original one with Donkey Kong, but the original, the classic Mario game. I'm working on a whole bunch of different figures. This one isn't like, I mean, obviously this head could guess I could attach a name to it, but it doesn't have a name. In terms of designing the line, the names, not high on the list, believe it or not. It'll happen, but not yet. It's very unlikely I make Marvel figures because Hasbro has the license for Marvel figures. We actually had a conversation a little while ago about naming all the characters funny names like Jerry, Ed, Roger, things like that. I think I decided against it. I do make Marvel figures. They're commissioned. One-of-a-kind customs. That's the only thing I can make. That's not a waste of time, since I have to get paid. Getting paid is a pretty big part of this. I don't know why there's this, there's this stigma about people getting paid for their work on the internet, but believe it or not, you don't get to eat for free just because you work on the internet. I tried. Every time I say, don't you know who I am? I work on the internet. They tell me to get out of their restaurant if I'm not going to pay. Pain in the ass. King Eagle, what's up? No, not really. Not that I would be against it, but it's not really. I mean, obviously some of the skills are transferable, but not directly. But I'm gonna make cosplay. I want to make the kind of cosplay where the girls pretend it's cosplay and they're really just wearing a bikini. I would be all about that. That'd be fine by me. Still find that funny that actually works, because guys like boobs. Therefore, girls that do cosplay when in reality they're just wearing a bikini, they get famous. Yes, if it sounds like I'm just jealous, that's because that's the case. I am making the characters right now. Good one what? Did I say a joke? I don't think I said something funny. Did I say something funny? See you, Debbie. Have a good night. Oh, this is such a pain in the ass. I haven't watched the Predator trailer. Let's say I have a little bit of reservation as to whether or not they're gonna make a decent movie. And I kinda just don't want to be let down, so I haven't looked into it yet. Weak, 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 and lame. Stop listing your best character attributes. We're not playing that game right now. I don't know about Venom, guys. I don't know. It really it's going to come down to how they handle it, and we can't tell that from the trailer, so... Alright guys, we're going to leave it there for the night. I'll be back in a little while, probably about 45 minutes, to play some Destiny 2 on YouTube. That's what we're going to do. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do some more sculpting. We're going to finish off this hair, I think, and maybe work on some proportioning for the bodies. I'm not sure yet. We'll see when we get there. But that'll do it. So have a good night, everybody. I'll see you in about 45 minutes if you're going to hang out on YouTube. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.